Today we're gonna make some short ribs. Now this recipe is super simple. It requires cheap ingredients, and it's honestly one of the most delicious things that you will ever make. Now you are gonna need some time. It's gonna require some cooking on the stove top, some searing, and then some braising in the oven. Probably about 3 hours. Now the whole point of this channel is to make cooking very easy. All the ingredients for this recipe cost me about 25 bucks, and this meal will probably feed, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 people if you do it right. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 short ribs in a pack, so you can technically feed 6 people for 25 bucks. Not a bad deal. Now I have 2 packs, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it my way. Super easy, cheap ingredients. And if you stay to the end of this video, I'm actually gonna be doing something pretty cool. I'm gonna take the meal I make and actually go feed it to some less fortunate people here in Miami, just get their reactions of some good food. So let's do it. Now the short ribs you're gonna wanna use for this recipe are these tiny little ones. They have great fat in between meat and the bone. And you don't really want the long ribs, you want these nice little short ones. And they're pretty cheap, they're 20 bucks a pack. You're also gonna need some beef broth, get the unsalted kind. You're gonna need a can of tomato paste. You're gonna need a couple garlic cloves. I got this weird thing called elephant garlic. I didn't know it was a thing, but it's an absolutely massive garlic, and it was fucking huge. This thing cost 5 bucks. I didn't know that until I checked out. And then lastly, you're gonna need a bottle of red wine. Literally get the cheapest thing that you can buy. And again, this recipe is made to be super simple, super easy, super affordable, and it's absolutely delicious. Here's a quick tip. If your short ribs come like this, right? You got your meat side, you got your bone side. If they still come with this top layer of fat, what you're gonna wanna do is cut that off. It makes the entire meal a lot better. Just take any very sharp knife and then just go down it. Get that top layer of fat off. It has plenty of fat already, you don't need more. You don't have to be perfect with it, just try and get as much as you can. Now for seasoning for these guys, very simple, 3 ingredients. Salt, pepper, garlic powder. That is the holy trio. And be liberal. When you're cooking these, you're going to be moving them around a lot, so they are gonna lose some of that seasoning. So make sure you season them quite well. Garlic powder. And pepper. Now next is what you're gonna do is you wanna season all the sides, so what you're gonna have to do is just mix them around. There's already enough seasoning on the side of the board where you're just gonna go like this. Toss them, get it all coated. This is where the magic happens, blah, 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 blah. Now the next step is gonna be to sear these bad boys off. The best pans to use to sear are cast iron, by far. If you don't have cast iron, you can use a regular pan, but these hold heat very well and get you a nice even sear. Now what you're gonna wanna do is get these pans ripping hot. You're not gonna be cooking the ribs on here for long, you're just getting a quick sear on all the sides to really brown it up and get that crust. That's where the flavor comes in. So a little bit of olive oil in. And what you're gonna do is take this main side and go main side down. And press so you get a nice even contact, and that's the sound you wanna hear. And again, just push down, that way you get nice even contact with everything. You're gonna wanna open up a window because it's gonna get nice and smoky. And now what you're gonna do is just go in here and start checking, right? That one needs a little bit more time. That one needs more time. Make sure that oil gets all around the pan. That's exactly what we're looking for right there. And once they're there, you're gonna take them and just set them to the side. This is exactly what we're going for. That nice crusted deep brown color on all sides of your short ribs. Now what you're gonna do is take a big ass pot. You're gonna take your ribs and lay them in bone side down. You just kinda wanna stack them up. Now don't clean this tray because this is what you're gonna use to put it in the oven. But this is essentially what it should look like. So now what you're gonna do is take your garlic. Again, this is elephant garlic. I've never heard of it, I've never seen it. It probably is equivalent to 2 to 3 regular sized garlic cloves. Now what you're gonna wanna do is just cut it in half. Isn't that the funniest shit you've ever seen? Now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna prepare the garlic and you're gonna throw it face side down. You're just gonna wanna get a little color on that garlic. Grab your tomato paste. This is Cento tomato paste. And now depending on how much short rib you are making, I would suggest using either half a can or a whole can. Since I'm making 2 batches, I'm gonna use the whole can. And you're basically just gonna cook off some of this tomato paste. What this does, it lowers the acidity in the tomato paste. And all you're gonna wanna do is just kind of swirl this around, let it cook. Don't be afraid to mix it with the garlic. And this is gonna be very quick, probably a couple minutes only. Not even, probably about a minute. Next, you're gonna take your beef broth. Get the 50% less sodium because you don't wanna over salt it because you already have salt on your meat. What you're gonna do is just pour this in. Now, the reason I'm doing this is to get all of the deliciousness from the searing of the beef. So you get all those little bits. And then essentially what you're gonna do here is just pour all this into your pot. Now you've got some remnants on the bottom of the pan, more beef stock. Clean that out. In the pan. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn this up to medium heat. You're gonna take your cheap ass bottle of red wine, and as soon as this starts to come to a little simmer, you're gonna pour in all the wine. You don't have to use the whole bottle, right? I use probably 3/4 of the bottle, and we're still not covered all the way with the beef. So I'm gonna take my second canister of beef broth and toss that in. And now you can see that meat is completely covered. I'll just tuck that last guy in. Now the goal to simmering this pot off is you basically want to reduce it by half. You're basically making a sauce. So you want half, maybe not exactly half, a little more, but you want to reduce the liquid for about 30 minutes and then pour it in the pan. While you're simmering this off, you want to stir it halfway just to make sure nothing sticks to the bottom. So now what we're going to do is just take your pan, right? This is just an ordinary oven sheet. You can use a tin foil one, anything that can hold a bunch of ribs and some liquid. This is now reduced by half, and then we're gonna pour this in there without making a mess. That's the plan. Ready? 1, 2, 3, just gotta go for it. At this point, your ribs are probably gonna be pretty tender already, so now what you're gonna wanna do is nestle them in. This is what you want them looking like right about now. Cover this up. Now once it's covered, you're gonna put it in the oven for 3.5 hours at 350 degrees. Alrighty, so 3.5 hours have gone by, and let's take this bad boy out of the oven and see what we got. Oh. Time for the big unveil. Ooh. Now that is looking absolutely spectacular. Look at that. That's exactly what you want. Just beautiful fall off the bone short ribs. I mean, look, the bones have pretty much already fallen off. It's fork tender. Check that out. That's exactly what you want. I mean, this thing pretty much just falls apart, and it's tender, it's moist, it's juicy. It's literally fall off the bone. Like, look, you can just peel this apart. Ah, it's super hot, but it's absolutely gorgeous. This is exactly what you're going for. And you have all of these little pieces of roasted garlic in here. You can take this to the next step and actually smash these pieces of garlic and create a sauce out of this stuff. And now for a part that I think both you and I are really gonna enjoy. I'm gonna take these short ribs and I'm gonna go to a less fortunate part of town here in Miami and just see if someone wants to share a meal with me, see if they like this short rib and get their reaction. It should be pretty cool, so let's go. All right, so we're driving around and we're gonna look to find someone who wants to share these short ribs with me. I think it's a good idea, let me know. If you think this is a good idea and I should do this every single video, Leave it down in the comments below. I'm curious to hear your feedback. Driving around Miami on a sunny day, a sunny day, a sunny day, a sunny day, sunny day in Miami. Here on Miami Beach, just looking for someone to try this delicious short rib with me. Let's see if we can find someone.
What'd you cook?
So I made you some short rib.
Son of a bitch.
You like short rib?
Fuck yeah, I like short rib. No, any short rib, no. Okay.
I got you a fork in my pocket.
No, I don't need that shit. Yo.
Tell me how you like it.
Nice one off the bone.
Good?
Yeah.
Good, man.
Fucking good.
Good, bro. Good. All right, man. Well, I'll let you feel it, bro. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks so much. There we go. We got Johnny to try our short ribs. I think he liked them. Cool guy. He said it was pretty good. He compared it to Ruth Chris's short ribs. I don't know if he was just trying to butter me up, but they were, I think they were pretty good, and I think he did too. So if you guys want to see more awesome recipes just like the one today, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be posting a video 1 to 3 times per week just for you. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one.